Welcome to the Off Script, the best off script in the world.
The best off script.
Welcome to Off Script, the most authentic podcast in the world. You with me here. Welcome to Off Script, the most authentic podcast in the world. Yeah, listen, this is the last one. If I don't get that, you guys are gonna start.
Yeah, just start.
Welcome to the Off Script, the most authentic podcast in the world. Welcome to the Off Script, the most authentic podcast in the world. And welcome to the most authentic podcast in the world. Welcome to Off Script. Welcome to the Off Script. Welcome to Off Script, the most authentic podcast in the world.
One eternity later.
Welcome to Off Script, the most authentic podcast in the whole world. You're here today with Anon, aka Mr. Anonymous.
You're here with Rook, but not Crook.
The main Rush.
Rush.
Yeah, Rush, the main man Rush.
The main man Rush. I'm so, what is it? I'm expecting the main man Rush. So that's what I was waiting for his intro to finish.
Yeah.
But you know what's so funny?
What?
Today is Rush's best day. I think that's why he's so excited. He couldn't finish off his name.
Why? He's getting married again? What, he found another wife?
Even better than that for
Woo,
him.
better than that?
Better than that for him.
Oh, he became school principal? Is that what it is?
I don't know about that, but today we're going to be trying out his favorite coffees.
Woo! Coffee and Rush like this, Anonymous, man. They go together, man.
Like this.
This guy drinks like 18 cups a day, I think, man. Before the doctor gave him that note to say if you drink one more, you know your heart is going to have
But
issues.
can I take it?
I wonder which doctor was it.
Dr. Anon.
Dr.
Dr.
Anon, man.
Yeah.
You know, I gave him that prescription. No more coffees,
The
man.
doctor that never was.
Dr. Anon was.
So what have you got? What have you got for us
Okay,
today,
so
man?
we've got Brew92.
Why not Brew92? Why is it called Brew92? Why not?
Because it was invented in 1992.
Okay. Oh, interesting. All right.
I made that up, by the way. I made that up.
I call bullshit.
Okay, cool. Okay, and then we have Caffeine Lab.
Caffeine Lab.
Man, it's one of the best, by the way.
So what? They make the coffee in the lab?
Yeah, that's how good it is. And then we have, this is Anon's favorite,
Man, stop.
McDonald's.
I call bullshit again. You know, I don't drink McDonald's coffee, man.
Bro, you don't drink coffee at all, man. What are you talking about?
So what are you gonna be pouring for us?
So I've already poured in 92, Brew 92. Let's hit a shot. Let's see how we feel about it. By the way, I'm not even a coffee drinker.
Okay, go ahead. So first tell me the color. How's the color, by the way?
Caramel.
No. This is a cappuccino, man.
Creamy, cappuccino, creamy.
Oh, see, he knows his cappuccino.
I don't know, man. For me, it's just brown.
Cappuccino. So how about you guys give it a taste and then tell me how it tastes like.
Man, even though I have a hole in my mouth.
So you see, give it a nice little taste, like, you know, let it hit the top of the roof of the mouth, you know, let all of the taste buds hit it. Whoa. Brew92 ain't gonna be happy with you.
No, it's nice. It's. How do you feel?
Damn, man.
Bro,
Look, I'll be honest.
I think my reaction was better than yours.
I'll be honest, yeah?
Go on.
You know, I'm a sugar guy.
Yeah.
Someone forgot to put the sugar in. So, you know what I mean? Like, but in terms of taste, what does it taste like? We'll start with Rush. What'd you give it?
I think it tastes good, very good aftertaste.
The aftertaste.
And the acidity level is very balanced.
Damn, man, we're talking about
Although
acidity.
the aroma is not that effective in my nose. I can't really smell it, but
You can't smell it?
yeah.
I think it's the mask.
It's supposed to have an effect on me before
Before you even put it in your mouth.
Yeah, but
Let's just do a simple test, yeah?
Yeah.
Out of 10, first of all, let's talk about taste. Give it out of 10. For Brew92, what'd you give it?
I think I'll give it like a 5.
A 5?
By the way, if it had sugar, it would be automatically be an 8. Because of how bitter it is in my mouth.
So you're gonna give it a 5 out of 10?
Yeah, for sure.
Rush, what about you? For just taste, for taste.
7.5.
7.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you guys. I'll give it, even though I'm not a coffee guy, I'm gonna give it an 8.5
Is it?
because it wasn't too strong, and it wasn't too light as well. It had like a pleasant aftertaste in my mouth. So for taste, I'm gonna give it a 8.5.
All right, so we're done with Bruno.
No, whoa, we're not done. Hold on. What about the aroma? For the aroma, what number do you give for the aroma?
The aroma was nice.
So
I can actually smell it.
So would you give it?
Nice 8.
8?
Yeah.
4.
4?
Yep.
That's because you've got flu, man. That's what it is. Your nose is blocked, man.
This guy loves going on.
He's been sniffing Vicks all week, and now he's talking about 4. I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
For the aroma. Yeah.
Really nice.
And for the price. So what do you? We paid 17 reals for this cup, man. So
For this?
For this cup, for this little Brew92 cup, yeah. So what price do you give that? What would you give that out of 10?
That's
for
like
price?
a 4, bro. How am I paying, what, 17 reals
17
for a
reals.
coffee?
Yeah, for a cappuccino.
Bro, that's dead.
A 4
So
out of
dead.
10.
That's so dead.
What about you?
I'll give it 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. So he's rich. I give it a balanced. I think
5.
where we are, yeah, compared to other places, it's not too expensive. It's not too cheap. So I'll give it a good 6 out of 10 for price. All right, so we're done with this.
Right, let's hit it up.
Don't switch up the cups. Yeah, this is my cup.
Yeah? Okay.
What are you pouring?
I'm pouring the Caffeine Lab, and it's much darker. I just hope it has sugar.
Man, if you guys didn't put sugar, that's it.
Sorry,
That's enough. I don't want to drink too much. I'm just here for the tasting.
Yeah.
That's it. Rush wants the whole cup, man. So guys, we're gonna start with
We're not going to sleep today.
Caffeine Lab. So go ahead, guys. Oh, it's a lot darker than the Bruno
that's
E2.
what I meant.
Caffeine Lab's a lot darker.
Ooh, that is strong. Just the smell.
Oh, the aroma. Yeah, already the aroma stronger. Hey, man, Rook is scaring me. Every time he makes that face. Oh my God. That's strong.
That is so strong.
That is strong for a cappuccino.
My God.
That is strong. Okay, let's start with the taste. Rook,
Oh,
you know?
that is so bitter.
That's
That
bitter.
is so bitter.
So would you give it a taste?
Oh, taste. Man, why can't they put sugar in?
I don't know, man. I think they have, but a very little amount.
Man, there's no sugar.
No, if you request, then they give you sugar.
You can put.
And then next time I'm gonna do it.
Would you give
for taste? 4.
4 out of 10?
Man, it's too bitter, but for that I can taste the coffee more in this. Like it's
Okay.
actually
Okay.
like I can see why they've given their name Caffeine Lab.
So if someone
I
was a
can tell it's
coffee
lab
lover,
made.
if someone was a coffee lover,
They
they
would
would love
love
it.
it. They would love this. They would love this. A coffee lover would love this. But
So-
someone who's trying to get into coffee, I hate it.
Okay. So you're gonna give it 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
Rush, tell me
8.5
for taste.
for the taste. It's got the great taste.
Mm.
You feel
Me-
like you've drank coffee. And aftertaste is good, very, very, very good.
You know what? The initial is completely bitter, like very bitter. Even though it's a cappuccino, yeah, I didn't expect it to be this strong. So for taste, because of the aftertaste, I would have given it a 7. Because of the aftertaste, I'll give it 8 out of 10. Because the aftertaste is pretty pleasant.
you guys are singling me out here.
No problem. So aftertaste, what do we do? What about the aroma?
Aroma, I'll give it 9.
Whoa! You jumped ship before Mr. Rook. So you know.
I think he got excited, man.
So
He found his favorite coffee.
So what'd you give it?
Aroma is nice. Aroma, I'll give it 8.5 as well.
8.5. What about you? You give it a 9.
I'll give it 9. I think the coffee is so, you can taste it, you can smell it, and the acidity level is very, very good.
I see. So you give it up?
Man,
Would you give it?
I already
Would you
hate
give
the
it for the
McDonald's
aroma?
The aroma, I'll give it 9.
9.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it 8.5 for the aroma. Definitely.
Yeah?
Definitely. Yeah, for sure. So last one. What are you pouring for us?
The McDonald's your favorite.
Cappuccino. Yeah. Oh. Wait. Hold on.
What?
Why are you jumping ahead? Price.
What's the price? I'm pouring, man. You guys discuss.
So you bought this.
Oh,
so
this
tell
is
me the
also-
price.
It was also 17 real.
17. I'm pretty sure it was 18. I saw the receipt.
17.
I don't want anyone in the comments saying, "Hey, Caffeine Lab is giving Rook discounts."
Well, we are sponsored. I'm joking. We're not sponsored. Yeah, 18 reals.
Told you. So
I
18
flipped
reals.
you, though.
I know, bro. Okay. When
you
you
hacked
pay
my
for
system.
something, I've hacked it. I know
hacked
exactly what you're paying for. So okay. So price wise, what are you giving it, Rook?
I'll probably too expensive for that taste, man. If they had put sugar in, it would have been worth it. I would say 7.
7 out of 10.
7.
Damn, man.
I think
about you?
I think coffee need to taste as coffee, not the sugar.
What about the price though? Price. Tell me price.
Price, I'll give it 8 out of 10.
Damn, man, you're rich.
It deserve it.
For me, 18 reals. That's like the most expensive coffee here today. So I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. 18 reals too much, man.
Yeah.
Even if they put it 17, if they match their competitors, I would have been like, yeah, well, You know, but 18 for a small cup, and the cup is smaller than the other cups.
Yeah.
So for me, that's like,
But it's just different. Like, you know,
Yeah,
it has
give
like
it a
layers
kick.
to it. It has layers to it.
Yeah.
It feels like you're
No,
meant
they
to
just
take
put
this off.
they just put 2 cups together.
No,
you
they
know?
haven't. Look, try it. They haven't. That's the design.
Okay, well, whatever the design, I'm not eating the cup, you know. So I'm paying for nothing basically. Yeah, so
For the aesthetics. You're
So-
paying for the aesthetics.
Khalas, that's done. Let's go to McDonald's now. Let's go to McDonald's.
So McDonald's.
Cappuccino. Give
Mr.
that a little. Oh.
I can tell that there's more milk in this. I can actually tell there's more milk.
Oh man, you didn't make that bitter face, you know.
Because there's more milk in this. I can taste that already.
You could taste it already.
Yeah.
So what do you give it for taste? McDonald's.
McDonald's not bad actually. Not bad. Like I wouldn't be able to tell that this is a lower end and that's a higher end. It's very similar to the others, but and less bitter.
Okay. So would you give it?
I'll give it like a 8.
Damn, man, McDonald's gets an 8.
I'll give
That's
him
the
an 8.
highest rating he's given it. What about you, Rush?
I think the aftertaste is very poor,
Oh damn.
so I'll give it 5.
5 out of 10.
Yep.
You know what? Initially, when you taste it, you see my face. If you see the camera, I'm making this face like initial taste. However, the aftertaste is not there for me, and I can tell it's a cheaper coffee than the others. Yeah. Although initially it's not that unpleasant for me, but afterwards I'm like, I'm paying for coffee.
Yeah.
What the hell? Like, you might as well just give me water at this point. You don't taste the coffee at all. I'll give it a 4 out of 10 for taste.
Damn, you guys.
There's no
you
aftertaste.
guys,
I'm not a coffee guy. I'm just
not a
trying
coffee
to,
guy, yeah.
I'm just trying to get in that mood of, if I was a coffee taster, how I would be.
I think if I was a coffee taster, I would change all my rankings as well.
I see.
However, but as someone who's trying to get in, the other two were very overpowering.
So you'll find them in a, McDonald's McCafe.
McCafe.
You're not gonna find them in Brew92 or Caffeine Lab, on a weekend.
I think next year I'll lead myself up to that stage.
I see. What about aroma? Let's talk about aroma. What'd you give aroma?
It's hardly.
Hardly anything.
So what'd you give it? A rating out of 10?
3.
3? Damn, 3 out of 10. What about you, bro?
I'll give 5.
5 out of 10 for the aroma.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 5.5 out
Yeah.
of 10 for the aroma. There is that smell of coffee, but very little, So there is that little aroma of coffee. You can smell it, but it's not that high. So yeah, 5.5. What about now, finally, the price? So I paid 11 reals, and as you can see, that cup is probably the biggest cup in here.
Yes.
So price-wise, 11 reals.
That's fantastic.
So would you give it out of 10? If you were to
11 reals for that.
for that?
Honestly, that's a solid 8 for me. 8,
Solid
9.
8 out of...
8, 9. 8.5, let's say.
Go in the middle, 8.5
Yeah,
out of 10.
8.5
That's
it is.
smart. What about you? 11 reals. You want to pay for that cup? You're broke. Think about it. It's a tough month, and you're
No
just
money,
addicted
no.
to coffee, and now you want to buy coffee, and that's 11 reals
Because let's not forget the coffee addicts. They drink every single morning.
every single morning. Let's say there's a tough month, yeah, and you want to drink coffee. 11 reals right there.
To be honest, I used to drink McDonald's coffee
Okay.
when coffee shops are closed. And early in the morning, I need to get some...
Caffeine in your system.
Yeah, in my system. Then I will get McDonald's. But other than that, it was never choice.
Yeah. Just price-wise, what'd you give it out
Yeah,
of 10?
price, I'll give it 5.
This guy, man. This guy. How can you give it price-wise 5
think,
out of 10?
I think he's talking about the quality that you're getting.
No.
Out of it.
Yeah. Quality doesn't
Doesn't
match
matter
the
price.
You know what I mean?
price.
I'll be honest with you, yeah? 11 reals, 18 reals. Someone might say, oh, that's not big of a difference. It can be a big difference
Every
if you're
single
drinking it
day.
every single day.
Exactly.
So for me, if you just want to get that little coffee
Rush.
in your system quickly, I will give it a 7 out of 10. Now, I would have given it a 9. But someone who's addicted to coffee, they need a stronger coffee dose.
Mm-hmm.
So you're paying 11 reals, but you're getting less coffee in there compared to the others. So price-wise, 7 out of 10.
Yeah, because there's definitely more milk in there. I
Yeah,
can
more
taste
milk
it,
than coffee, yeah. So you might end up buying 2 of them just to get the same amount of coffee. I don't know. So I'll give that a 7 out of 10.
You know, if you buy 2 of that, you also buy twice as much as milk.
That's true. That's true.
So
But
you're
milk
not-
is cheap.
So
Milk-
you're not changing anything. So it's all about ratio.
Yeah, damn, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Mr. Ratio. Yeah, I'll let you.
Mr. Maths teacher.
Mr. Maths teacher, yeah, but teaching science at the moment. Yeah, I'll let you do your talking later. But let's talk the podcast, guys. What's the latest? I want to know what's the latest this week. stimulate my
I'll go last for
mind.
this. I'll go last for this because actually let me go first.
Yeah, go first, man. I
Only
want to hear
because-
what you've learned this week.
No, I
What's the
haven't done
latest?
anything this week. That's why I'm gonna go first. I'm just gonna
Go
get
ahead.
it off my chest.
Yeah, go
Lord, the past week I've been extremely busy. I've been making my own book for English reading for younger years. So I've been extremely busy with that, and I haven't had any time to look at what's the latest. So I'm gonna be out of this conversation just to let you guys know.
Okay, so the latest is basically you've been busy. That's
I've
the
been
latest.
extremely busy.
Damn, man.
I've been extremely busy, and in a few months you might get the good news of my release. Go ahead.
I see. Go ahead, Rush. What's the latest with you, man?
In sports, I have read somewhere the Maccabi Haifa fans have been banned.
Wait, the McCafe?
Maccabi-
McDonald's McCafe fans
Maccabi.
have been banned?
Maccabi.
Oh, Maccabi. Who the hell are they?
There's a team from Israel. It's known
Alright.
as Maccabi. And they've been banned in different countries in Europe.
Alhamdulillah, man.
They
Good.
can't travel.
That's great
they
news.
can't travel because they cuss the Arabs. And then they chanting against schools. There's no schools in Gaza because
So they're celebrating the genocide, basically.
yeah. The old schools have been, smashed down. So no children. There's no school in Gaza because there are no children in Gaza.
Damn, man. That's cruel. That
There's
is
no
evil.
electricity, man.
That is
There's
so
no-
evil, man.
there's no
So
welfare there.
So who banned them?
What were the countries?
Oh, I think the UEFA or something.
Okay. Oh, hold on. I read that as well. Aston Villa. Remember, I think there was a game in Aston Villa versus Aston Villa in Birmingham.
Yeah.
And Israeli fans were also banned from there, right?
Yeah. But
Yeah,
now,
I read that as well.
now
man.
they use anti-Semitic and
Anti-Semitism and stuff against them. Man, that's good, man. That's great news, man.
Yeah.
So that's the latest with you. That's the latest.
Yeah, in sports.
What about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with sports. I get with Rush this week. Although I've read a lot of things, I'm just gonna stick with sports because I know a lot of students are watching right now. Yeah, and they don't want me to say this. So yesterday it was Ittihad versus
Al-Ahli.
Hilal.
Al-Ahli. Oh,
Hilal,
sorry,
man.
Al-Hilal.
Yeah.
Al-Ahli.
I'm so used to Al-Ahli.
Yeah, Al-Ahli is in Jeddah.
Yeah. So we had Hilal, Riyadh,
Yes.
Ittihad, Jeddah. Big clash. Everyone was celebrating. And Ittihad was dominating, 55% possession.
Yes.
I think it was like 14 shots. And Hilal hardly even had half of those shots. But, boom, they win 2-0. Al-Hilal won 2-0.
Is this a team where Ronaldo?
No, Al Nassr, man. Come on, man.
Yeah. No, I'm just asking because
Yeah,
To be
but
honest, I'm not up to date with
Ittihad is
Saudi league.
Benzema, Benzema.
Oh, the Benzema.
Yeah,
Benzema time.
and they lost, man. So the Jeddans were screaming and crying on Snapchat.
The
every
bumblebees.
day. Yeah,
Man, they were going crazy on my
they
phone.
were going crazy. They were
Every
upset,
single
man.
one of our students was
So,
there.
And you know what's the sad part? Ittihad scored an own goal, man.
so who are the big names in Al Hilal?
And Hilal they signed Neymar at one point, man. Neymar, bro.
He only played like what?
Yeah, he only played, but he's there. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like-
But by the way, now Ittihad dropped to 7th place in the table, man.
Yo,
7th or 8th, I'm not sure, but they dropped, man. So Ittihad fans are annoyed. They were pissed off last night, man.
bumblebees.
2-0. And they were dominating. Imagine dominating and losing 2-0.
Yeah.
that's football, man.
So that's
I always
football
say
for
it's
me,
fake.
yeah. So you know what? I had my Ittihad shirt on and I was celebrating. The minute I saw they were losing, I ran to the wardrobe, I took out the Al Hilal shirt and I put it on. I'm like, yeah, I'm Al Hilal now.
So Mr. Anon never loses.
I'm fluid, I'm fluid. I'm like water. You put me in a jar, I'll take the shape of the jar. You put me in a cup, I'll take the shape of a cup. So whatever's the winning team, I'm there. Right now, Al Nassr is winning. I already got Al Nassr shirt ordered. And I'm going to be wearing that, yay, when they win. That's it, guys. Anyway, that's the latest.
So never losing.
I'm never losing,
Never
Always
losing.
winning. Team winning.
Team winning.
So what are we going to be talking about today? Besides the latest and the coffee and
What's the hot topic today?
I've been thinking hard, like, damn, I've been thinking. I was like, damn, man. Like, I came a long way. From my old life to currently being a teacher. So I thought, like, how would it be if people judge me on my past actions? How would it be?
Can we ever escape our past?
That's it. Oh, you even said it better. Can we ever escape our past? And should people be judged by their past? That's the topic,
Damn, because as soon as you said that, yeah, I want to say no, because it's a change. Someone has transformed. However, but the worst things come to my head. As a family man now, what if someone has been charged for something extreme? He's now my neighbor.
Like a sexual predator, for example.
Sexual predator. Like he's done his time. Now he says he's changed. Would I now trust him in my neighborhood?
Oh, that's a deep question, man.
I think
You know what I mean?
I think because trust is something that you have to invest for a long, long time. So in the beginning, there will always be a reaction of, mistrust. And over time, if times heals and over time the guy prove himself that he's not what you think he is.
But I don't think I'll ever trust a sexual predator.
That's-
like it
I'm
doesn't
with him.
matter. I don't understand. Even if like 20 years he hasn't done anything, I have no kids, but I would never. That comfort zone will never occur. Like I'll never get comfortable around the person.
I completely agree. If there's a rapist, right? He's done the time now. He's repented.
Yes.
I will never trust him. Like, even if he spends 100 years by me as my neighbor and he's good, I will still not trust him. Or a sexual predator or a child predator,
Forget trust. I'm not even comfortable.
I'm not comfortable. Like, if there's a child predator in my neighborhood who's repented, who's been to jail, who's been punished, and he's come out reformed saying, I made a mistake, I will never trust my children near him. No matter how many years. He could stand here, he could stay here 1,000 years. I would not trust him again. Like, that's just me. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying this is the right thing to do. It's just me as a person. I will not trust anyone with with a stain in their name.
So you don't believe in reform and redeemed sinners.
If you think of it religiously, there's a conflict within me. Religiously, if someone repents and redeems, right? They redeem themselves if they repent.
Yeah.
So religiously, we are told, like, you shouldn't judge a person based on his
Past
act, especially if he's repented for it. Mm-hmm. But then again, I understand that. And I'm not saying I completely agree with that. Because we are all sinners. None of us are perfect here. We all have a stain in our name, Yeah. Whether it's lying, whether it's fighting, whether it's whatever. But I'm saying there are certain crimes which are like very difficult to ignore. Like I told you, sexual assault is one of them. Rape, Mm-hmm. Murder, like, it's one of those crimes. Like, I can trust a murderer, but I can't trust a rapist. Okay. If someone who's committed a murder, either he's a psychopath and he's doing it because he enjoys murdering people, or he had a reason.
The rapist could say the exact same thing.
But listen, this is the point. A murderer, he will not go... Now I have kids. There's a murderer in the town. He's murdered someone because he had a fight with them, he had a problem with someone, or it was an accident, or whatever. He's a murderer. However, I'm not going to feel, he's going to murder my kids. What's the relationship of murder and my kids to him, Okay. But a rapist who's gone in there and acted on his desires of rape, now I can't trust that guy with my family ever, Even though he tells me I've repented, I'm going to say, I'm not going to treat him bad. I'm not going to, tell everyone, hey, stay away from him. Me personally, I'm just going to keep my distance. That's it. But I'm going to give him his rights. I'm going to, say my salam, give him food, whatever he needs help. But I'm not going to allow my children, my family near that person.
Now, the distinction you made between the two is that one person follows desire. What about the killer? What if he's following his desire of murdering? What if he gets pleasure? If it wasn't an accident, he is somewhat of like a serial killer who takes pleasure in killing.
Oh, that's, and I have the answer for that. You answer the question, that the answer is there.
Go on.
So, if someone who enjoys killing people, they usually don't get let out. They get put in mental wards, Like serial killers that really go about in murdering people, they're usually locked up for life.
Yeah.
Or they're in mental asylums. Whereas a rapist, they hardly get any time in the West, like 8-7 years, he's out. And then what we realize is like over 60% of rapists are repeat offenders.
Yeah.
Whereas murder, you don't see that, Yeah, a murderer might get out of jail and he might go back in jail, but not for murder again. He might go there for robbery because, like you're a murderer, it's hard to get a job. So you end up doing other crimes to pay for, the cost of living. Whereas a rapist, they rape, they get out and they guess what? They don't go again stealing, they go again and rape again. So there's that. I understand. You know what I'm trying to tell you.
No.
I'm not saying
you answered it perfectly.
I'm not saying I'm gonna think of a rapist as a rapist after he's repented and redeemed himself, but I'm gonna keep my distance. It's better to be safe than sorry, in my opinion.
I think one of the struggles of the people who have redeemed, like drug addicts, rapists, killers, is how do they fit into society? And because the society needs a long-term build of trust, it triggers them to repeat the same offense that they've done before. Now, a lot of drug addicts have stolen the belongings of the family members and neighbors.
Yeah, that's true.
Once they have quit drugs, what triggered them is the group of friends that also are doing similar things. They're still on drugs.
Yeah.
People who reject them, they don't want to give them second chance and say, hey, I think you have quit drugs now. You're not the same guy that used to steal. So we're going to take you on our shoulder. We are the family here. And we're going to give you a chance to
rebuild.
Continue, because to quit drugs is easy. But
the environment,
the sobriety is a difficult part.
Yeah, understood.
Staying sober.
It takes, because you need at least 7, 10, 15 years of sobriety before you can be out of drugs. You out of drugs, you're clean, but that term of becoming, permanently now off drugs, that's a challenging time.
Yeah.
So one of the things that trigger is the kind of friends you have. And secondly, is how you've been rejected. You're not trusted anymore. And a lot of people they use church and synagogue and mosque as a place where they can get trust from the community. But that takes very, very long.
Yeah.
I know people who off drugs, when they walk in the room, people still like, hey, he's here again.
What you
know what I mean?
You might steal.
But human nature is after years of, doing similar thing.
So it's building that trust again, basically. Like, it takes a long time to build that trust again with the community.
Exactly.
That's what you're saying.
It takes very long.
But I wanna point something out. You mentioned like a drug addict, right? Like, for me, I can trust a drug addict because look, and I'll explain why. A drug addict, like you said, is dependent on the people who supply him drugs and his friends and the environment he's in. But if you take a drug addict out of that environment into another environment where drugs are not available easily, or his friends are not there, he can reform, he can change. Yeah, it's going to take a long time, but his crime is dependent on others. Whereas in a rapist or a sexual predator, they don't depend on the society. They go out there alone. Yeah. A rapist doesn't tell his friends, hey, I'm going to go rape. He's going to do that alone. So you know what I mean? So his crime is way more sinister than someone stealing because he wants to do drugs. He's doing it because there's a need. But a sexual predator, he's so twisted, he's so twisted that he does a crime alone. Whether you take him away from his friends or not, that he's not dependent on that.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Let's put sexual predators in their own bracket. Okay. Yeah. Let's put them away. Now let's talk about the everyday problems that we have within our society. As we have, it's more common to see drug users or abusers. There's more common to see domestic violence or domestic abuse. Yeah. And more common to see thieves. What about those people in our community? I know rapists. To be honest, I can tell how you feel about rapists and sexual assaulters. Let's put them aside. Yeah. Let's talk about these people.
So we're talking about drug abusers,
thieves. Your everyday it's low crime. Not low crime. Mid
common
to
crime.
High. Common crime.
Okay.
What do you think about those people? How long should it take for them, or for them to come back into our community? How long would it take for us to accept them back? What do you think about those people?
So I'm gonna just give you a stat.
Go on.
Like, just because statistics help us understand. In America, 68% of criminals, it could be any crime, are repeat offenders.
Yes.
So the minute they come out of jail, the first year, they repeat the crime. Why? Because the society shuns them. In America, if you have a criminal record, you can't get a job easily.
Yes.
So the reason they repeat those crimes is because of this system built to shun them. The society rejects them.
Yes.
But if you look at Norway, only 20% of criminals are repeat offenders within the first 3 years.
Yeah.
That's because in Norway, it's a different system. They don't dehumanize the criminals as much as America does, where America is like a business.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying we should not accept redeemed criminals. Everyone has a chance to repent. But there are certain crimes that require you to be extra safe. For example, a thief, right? A thief. Now, you could be a redeemed thief, no problem, right? But I'm not going to put my most valuable items near you.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I don't trust you. It's just I'm making sure I'm not giving you an opportunity to what's that word, man? To act on your weaknesses.
Yeah.
To act on your weaknesses. You know, if I'm leaving money instead of a redeemed thief, I'm leaving dollars, thousands of, and I go to the shop and I come back. I'm actually not helping him at all there. Mm-hmm. I'm basically telling him, hey, you know, you can steal again. You understand? Mm. So I can protect myself there, my wealth, my money against the thief. But then there are some criminals, like you mentioned, domestic abuse, right? A man, now let me ask you guys this question. You have daughters. For example, you have daughters.
Yeah.
Now, you know a man, he's been divorced 3 times because of domestic abuse. He keeps on beating up his wives.
Yes. And
they've been divorcing him. And now he comes to you and says, I've repented. Would you give your daughter to this man?
No. Even if he wasn't, I was. Even if he had repented.
You see, and he tells you, but I've redeemed myself.
Yeah.
But you're going to say, I understand that. I understand. And I'm not saying, you know, I don't trust you, but, you know, your record says otherwise. Like, you know?
Yes.
It's very hard to change habits.
Yes.
So me, like when it comes to, like people say, no, you should forgive them. But then they themselves wouldn't give their daughters to these people. You know? Of course that's where I stand.
I think the topic is, should the people be judged based on the past?
Yeah.
And we have gone to one extreme end of looking at people, the biggest offenders like criminals and drug addicts. But you get, in a simple term, you get people who haven't met each other for a long time.
Yeah.
And let's say Anon used to be the guy that liked to fight for every misunderstanding. Mm-hmm. He's out there, he want to throw punches.
True, man. Yeah, that's true.
And then fast forward, you meet Anon in a gap of 10, 12 years.
Yeah.
And the first thing they do, people, by nature, they ask you, you still like to fight?
Now I'm gonna say, I'm grown up, man. I'm a grown man now. I don't do that childish stuff.
So this is how people try to close that gap of not knowing the life dynamic on how much you have improved, how much you have learned in life, how much you have, acquired different skills of how to deal with your anger, but they still judge you based on the last, on your last time that you met, which is the past.
Yeah.
So should the people be judged? Now, if we remove the
we've gone to the extreme. I understand. So you want us to come back to the middle?
Yeah, we come to the middle and say, I was that guy that when the call for prayer, I used to run and go. And go play football or go hide myself. Mm. And my father used to give me a hiding, or my father used to reprimand. And then we meet after 19 years.
And I'm praying now. You see me in every prayer.
No. You're not even praying. We just met. It's not a prayer time.
So the first thing you say, hey.
Yeah, you still that guy who runs away from Salah.
Yeah, do you still stay away from mosque and, you do.
Yeah. That would annoy me.
You see? No, but that wouldn't annoy me because the person hasn't gotten to know me.
Yeah.
So he's curious to know if I've changed or not. Imagine now I tell him, no, I've changed. And he tells me, nah, I'm still going to judge you based on what you used to do. That would be the problem, you see? The curiosity of knowing, are you still that guy? Because you don't know him, right?
Yeah.
But now once you get to know him and he tells you, I've changed.
Clarification is
and I've changed. And the person still judges you. That is the problem.
But even if you don't ask the person,
you shouldn't assume that.
Life is not static.
No,
there's always
actually, Rush, you know what it is? All the people I've met in my life, out of the hundreds and thousands, only a handful have changed from their teenagehood to their adulthood and into their
Don't say hundreds and thousands. People are going to feel 100,000. You mean from 100 to 1,000?
Yeah, hundreds and thousands. But you know what I mean?
People are going to be like, you have 100,000 people.
I have probably met 100,000.
You must be meeting a lot of people.
By the way, I used to have my own site in construction. I used to meet 200-300 people every day. New people.
Yeah. Got you.
So I have met a lot of people. Thousands. I'll say thousands, not 100,000, but thousands. But the amount of people who have changed, who have transformed and transitioned from one part of their life into another is handful. Yeah. A lot of people, they don't get out of their shell.
So old habits don't die. That's what you're saying.
Definitely. Unless they don't even know if there's anything wrong with them.
Yeah, but leave that to the side, okay? Leave that to the side. I understand. That's what I said. Repeat offenders, the statistics. I'm talking about now. because Rush brought it back to the middle. So now the middle point is someone has had a past. Now he's changed, and you know he's changed.
Okay.
Should he be judged based on his past now? Now that you know he's changed? For example, you know when you apply for a job,
Yeah.
let's say you're in a job 15 years, you've been
Yeah.
working in a company.
Yeah.
Now the company, boom, looks at our tweet that you tweeted 15 years ago,
Yes.
or on a Facebook you posted something. Should they fire you based on that tweet you did 15 years ago? That should be more of a...
Of course not.
Of course not.
I always found that so silly.
But that's what's happening today, right, Rush? Have you
Yeah.
ever heard of people
Yeah.
getting fired because they tweeted something a couple
course.
years ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago?
Man, people are getting fired now for their political views.
Yeah,
one of my
years
friends,
back.
not even years back, 2-3 years ago,
Whoa.
I think
they were getting fired for their political views.
I think though,
That's not fair.
I think we are living on a digital world, right?
Yeah.
Where the audience is different. The person who uses internet will be involved. The one who doesn't, he doesn't know what's going on. So whatever you have tweeted or you have updated your Facebook status, whatever, what I think society should decide is consistency. So if you have done something wrong, like you have given some racist slurs
Yeah,
10
years
years
back.
ago,
Yeah.
and society they came out and they made you lose some of your position,
Yeah.
or you have lost,
Like cancel culture,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, cancel culture.
if it happens, if that is the way how the society decide, then they must be consistent. Because what happened is, and I know this happened recently, that somebody says something 15 years ago, he has redeemed himself. He's a different person, but he lost his position.
Whoa.
And then the person say stuff. He quote Gandhi and he quote some politician of the past that says also racist law.
Yeah.
And then
Nothing happens.
people didn't judge him because of his skin color. So the white was ruled as racist of things that he said 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But this guy, he wasn't.
I see.
So where do you draw the line? Consistency is most important. Societies need to be educated enough to say, we're going to rule this way. If you have said something in the past, whether it's 10 years or 15 years, today you're not going to get the job because of that.
No, but again...
Or if you have redeemed, then we forgive you.
Yeah, but that's how it should be. It shouldn't be all society judging all who they cancel and consistently cancelling everyone. What if society decides we're consistently going to cancel everyone? Again, that doesn't make it right. What it should be, if someone has redeemed themselves and says, that was 7 years ago, 8 years ago, I said the N-word, I said nigger on a tweet, and now all of the black activists are against me and they are cancelling me. And he says, I was young, I was foolish. I've understood that the N-word is a racist term. I'm not going to use it. Why should he be cancelled now?
Yeah, but if they have cancelled already, I'm talking about the result now. If they have cancelled one,
We
then
should be cancelling all.
consistent should be the name of the game.
Yeah, but society
If they have to
changes.
forgiveness should be the name of the game.
Yeah, but not
you
everyone
can't-
is the
you-
same.
yeah.
The same people are not going to cancel the same two people. It's that society is different people, Some people you can find them to be more forgiving than the others,
You-
at different times.
But we're talking about work ethics. In work ethics, people losing their jobs over this. That is to do with the law.
I think it should. I think
that should stay the same. I think that's what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah, because you must remember that there is a community that lives on the internet.
So what if the company decides, you know what, that was stupid of us, We've understood we shouldn't judge them on the past.
Yeah.
Now, just because of the pressure from you guys to say, no, you have to be consistent, they shouldn't fire everyone,
No,
There needs to be a change.
The market-driven society, everybody want to protect the brand. And then the media that is putting a lot of news about the same guy who has done something wrong 10 years ago, there's agenda that is driven there. So who is going to be portrayed more? Who is going to be kept on the news too many times that he had done something wrong? People are going to cancel that guy.
Yeah, for sure.
And then there's another one who the same media that is the company that control the media, they'll say, no, this guy, we're going to play it down.
Yeah, I understand. Of course, that
So it
happens.
doesn't pop up
there's
so
a
many
bias
times.
all the time,
Yeah.
There's agendas all the time. But again, let's get away from that topic because then we're going to talk about the system. Let's just talk about us personally.
Our
Let's forget
communities.
everyone. Should we forget and forgive and not judge people based on their past? That's the question. Should every criminal or every stain in the past be treated the same. Like, you know, whatever crime they've committed, you know, now they've repented, we just act normal, or we don't judge them at all. Or do we pick selective crimes? Like, oh, this crime, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm gonna be weary. Forgiveness, again, our religion teaches us that we should forgive everyone, right? Yes. If they repent, that's between them and God. You understand?
Yeah.
I think our culture plays a big role in that. Different people around the world, they have different tolerances and different lines that they draw for each other. Every crime is not the same. So for us, where I come from, the abusers and the womanizers and the people who disrespect women, the people who are always trying to sleep with women, we see them in one aspect, okay? And then the others who are just fighting all the time, who are criminals, who are murderers, I don't even see them as bad guys. I'm not bad guys, but like, I'm not scared of them being in my community anymore.
Okay.
So I'm saying it's to do with our past and our cultural, the way we've been raised. We determine which sin is able to come back into our community.
Which sinner.
But the reason why I said sin is because to isolate the sin away from the individual.
I see.
So I'm trying to talk about the sin not entering our communities, not the sinner.
Yeah, but if the sinner says, I've repented.
Yes.
He's not bringing the sin back to the community, because you as a person is...
As a stain, he's coming back. That sin is still in him.
Why should he have a stain? The question is, like, should a sinner have, like, because, like, again, you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Not. So we all have stains in our name, you know? We all are sinners.
Yes.
Are we now being selective of, like, oh, this stain, when you put it in a washing machine, boom, it's a clean sheet. The stains are removed.
I think our society determines that. The way we've been raised determines that.
I think if the redeemed sinners are allowed into society and they are given some programs where they can work their way up in life, they will be able to proudly speak about their past ills, without having any fear of being judged. So if I come out and say, I used to be a gangster, but now I'm a redeemed sinner, but I still have some gangster proclivities. So I'm proud to say my past life, because society is not going to judge me. They look at me that, oh, this guy has redeemed himself now. Look how he's a mechanic, you know. But if a gangster can change to be a mechanic, is an inspiration to others who are listening to him.
I see.
Right. But if there's a lot of us judging him of his past life, he's going to keep quiet. He's not going to even mention about. And that goes with all other social ills, whether it's a rapist, whether it's a serial killer, whether it's a violent person, or women abuse, or a pathological liar.
I see.
Yeah, so we need to have a space in a society where the reformed people can have their voice and can find the alternative instead of what they've been doing.
I completely understand, and I completely agree. Look, if the sinners or criminals, they don't have a safe space to come back to the society and to reintegrate themselves, they will never be, they will never get the opportunity to completely repent, I understand, like, for example, if we look at one of the best human beings in Islam, Umar ibn al-Khattab, he was on a way to kill the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was one of the biggest enemies of Islam. But when he changed and he became Muslim, they didn't tell him, oh, we have to trust you for a year for us to, they accepted him as a brother. Again, boom, changed and became one of the leaders of the Muslims. So now I'm saying criminals, we should not be judging them based on their past. That's not what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. A criminal should not be like, if a guy has done any crime, whether he's a sexual predator or whatever, when he comes back, he's done his time, he's repented. I'm not judging him now based on his past. I'm going to say to him, this is the guy, but I will not give him an opportunity to commit that crime again. I'm not going to trust my kids with a sexual predator. Why? Because I don't want to give him the opportunity to because I know that's his weakness. You understand?
Yeah.
The same way a thief comes into my society, I'm not going to now say, anytime something gets stolen, I'm not going to blame him, but I'm not going to put my possession near him so he doesn't so he doesn't act on his weakness. The same way with others, I'm just saying we have to be careful. Forget judging. We have to just be careful. I don't think that's judging someone. If I have a weakness for food, donuts, and you come to me with a piece of donuts and you say, Here you go, Anon, donuts. And you walk away. After the 6th time, I'm going to snatch those donuts off your hands, because that's my weakness. So the same way in a society, when we take criminals, we should create a system where they cannot act on that weakness so easily. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to allow people that have abused kids to be naked again.
I disagree. I disagree with that analogy, because if somebody used to steal, and the only way you can build the trust of that person after he's reformed is to trust him with a small amount of money or valuable stuff. And then over time, you increase the amount. And then every time you prove you wrong. That is how he grows, he restrains himself, or he has self-control of not going against what he used to do before. If you're going to say, we're going to lock our rooms now because this guy is around. We're going to keep all the valuable stuff in a cell,
safes,
in a selves. Then how does he build his trust?
Again, it depends on who he is. If he's a stranger, I'm going to do what you just said. If he's family, I'm not going to do that, because the family is going to be in my house most of the time. You understand? You missed the point. The family is different. When you have a family member that does it,
because you take that as a weakness, but that can be treated.
Again,
it's a matter of trust. It's a matter of how does he build his self-confidence and say, this is my weakness.
But you will start with little amount. You're not going to start with a high amount, right? You're not gonna leave tens and thousands of dollars in the first time he comes to you off to prison and says, I've redeemed. You're not gonna leave him with 10. You're gonna leave him with little.
Yeah, you're gonna start. That's how they reform.
You're doing the same thing I'm doing. I'm saying it's better to be safe than sorry. Of course, if you keep a sexual predator away from kids for a long time, or you keep a thief away from valuables for a long time, eventually they grow out of it. You know what I mean? I'm saying that initially when they come. But some crimes, is difficult to not, for example, desires, desires and urges. These are things that even a lifetime is not enough to work on, that's why in Islam they say lower your gaze. You could be away from a woman for 50, 30, 40 years, lowering your gaze. The day you don't do it, it doesn't, the day you don't lower your gaze, that's the day you will sin. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So some sins, some desires, it's a battle for all your life. You have to fight against it all your life. It's not like there's not a time required, like a thief. That desire is not that strong, because a thief steals because of a need. Take away that need from a thief. He's not going to steal again. You understand what I'm saying? A thief might steal to buy drugs. A thief might steal to because he has rent to pay. A thief might steal because he has financial problems. Buy food. You fulfill those needs. He's no longer. If a thief has money, why would he steal? You see what I'm saying? Why would he say? But someone who's working on his sexual desires, that urges, that could be 100 years. His urges are still going to be there. So that's what I'm saying. Some crimes, you have to just make sure you're safe, so that person doesn't repeat it. The person doesn't repeat the crime. That's what I'm saying. And I know we can argue all day, every day, and I think we've been arguing for a long time about this, long time. But let's end it on this, guys. Alhamdulillah, we don't have like something on our foreheads to say how many sins we've committed or how many crimes we've committed. No one will sit next to us. They said if your sins had an odor, how many people will sit near you? So we should be thankful to that God, Allah, conceals our sins, and protects our sins. So we should be grateful for that, because all of us, imagine all our sins, how many people are beaten up. They wouldn't let me be a teacher. They're going to say, damn, this guy used to beat everyone up. Imagine he beats up a student. Yeah. So I think we should end it. Rush.
You're going to end
Can
it
you
for
please
us?
let them know to stop subscribing, because, it's getting closer to the 500 mark. Because, the minute it hits 500, you're being unmasked,
Someone's mask is coming.
Can you let them know, please, to not subscribe, but like and comment.
If you love the context, if you like the context, please subscribe, likes, and comment.
And we only need about 40 more subscribers, or 38, I think. Yeah,
38, I think.
38 for Rush to be unmasked. Thank you very much. Have a great day.